Hi children, this is our history class. Please take your textbook and open page number 7. Today we are going to learn the changes after 1991. In last class we learned that which were the changes happened after 1980s. Now the changes after 1991. The year 1991 is held to be very important in the history of the world as well as India. The Soviet Union disintegrated into several different small countries and the Cold War came to an end. In India, the government under the leadership of Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao initiated many changes in the Indian economy. During this period, the Ram Janmabhoomi and Babari Mosque issue at Ayodhya came to the forefront. So in 1991, after 1991, many changes happened in the world and as well as India. In the world, two main events happened. One is that the disintegration of Soviet Union, that is USSR, Union of Soviet Socialist Republic. It is the union of many. It was the union of many countries. Now it is disintegrated, and now it became 15 small countries. That was the main thing happened in the world. And the second thing is that the Cold War came to end. The Cold War means after the Second World War, America and Soviet Union became competitors. There was there was no open war between these two countries, but there was such tension in their relations. It seems that a war would erupt any time. And America was, we know that it is already a superpower, but Soviet Union was tried to become a superpower that time. This is known as Cold War. There is no war between these two countries, America and Soviet Union, but war-like situation. In their relationship, such tensions were there. So this Cold War came to end in 1991. Same time in India, also some events happened. First one is that under the leadership of Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao, many changes happened in the Indian economy that we are going to see in next paragraph. And during this period, the Ram Janmabhoomi Babari Masjid issue, we all know about that. The issues about the Ram Janmabhoomi and Babari Mosque that came to forefront. So these are the two things, two important things were happened in the history of India. So in the election conducted between 1996 and 1999, no political party got a clear majority in the Lok Sabha. This resulted in 3 governments in a short span of time. Those led by Prime Ministers Atal Bihari Vajpayee, H.D. Devagowda and Inder Kumar Gujral were among them. So between these two between this 1996 and 1999, two elections were conducted. So in that election, 3 government governed in India within this short span of time. But we know that after the election, the elected government must be governed for 5 years. But in a short span of time, three government governed the country. Okay. Because no political parties got majority. So 3 prime ministers' names are written there. That is Atal Bihari Vajpayee and H.D. Devagowda and Inder Kumar Gujral. And in 1999, the National Democratic Alliance came to power under the flag of Bharatiya Janata Party, and Atal Bihari Vajpayee became the India's Prime Minister. Then in 1999, Adal Bihari became the prime minister. We know that after Rajiv Gandhi, this Vishwanath Pratap Singh, then Chandrasekhar, then Narasimha Rao were the prime ministers of India. Then Vajpayee became the prime minister for I think 13 days or something. Then H.D. Devagowda, Inder Kumar Gujaral. Then again Vajpayee became the prime minister of India. And this Adal Bihari Vajpayee tried to establish a dialogue with Pakistan but was not successful. Now, Vajpayee, he tried to talk with Pakistan for a good relationship with India and Pakistan, but it was not successful. And then this time India conducted a number of nuclear tests and declared herself as atomic power. India has been declared that we are an atomic power. Then in 1999 there was another war between India and Pakistan in Kargil region over the Kashmir issue. India defeated Pakistan in this war as well. In 1999 war broke out between India and Pakistan. It is known as Kargil war, and in this war India defeated Pakistan. These are the important things happen in 1991. Then next topic is that Indian economy. Okay, right from independence, the modernization of economy, economic self-sufficiency and social justice have been the characteristics of Indian economy. So the characteristics of Indian economy are the modernization of economy, and the second is economic self-sufficiency. Third point is social justice. These were the characteristics of Indian economy. Means modernization of economy means अभी तक जो economy चल रहे थे उसमें से थोड़ा modernize किया, economy को थोड़ा changes लाया. And to get sufficiency is economic sufficiency, we want to establish industries. Through industries only we can get the economic self-sufficiency. And we need to make some plan for the social justice in economy. For this, the National Planning Commission established, and this planning commission would coordinate development through the policy of 5-year plans. These were the Indian economy. Then our next means Narasimha Rao government, means we are talking about the events after 1991. So the Narasimha Rao government started economic reforms in 1991. These economic reforms are called economic liberalizations. The Indian economy flourished as a result of the implementation of this policy. The foreign investment in India increased. Skilled Indian professionals helped reform the Indian economy. The field of information technology opened several avenues of employment in the country. The changes after 1991 are also described as globalization. So the Narasimha Rao government reformed India's economy. These economic reforms are called economic liberalization. Liberalization means that the government's rules and regulations on economy become liberal. Whatever the rules and regulations and restrictions on economy, it became liberal. Means जितना भी rules and regulations था, restrictions था economy में, वो सब थोड़ा flexible कर दिया, liberal कर दिया. Because of this, foreign investment, it is written there, because of this the foreign investment in India increased. हमारे economic rules में changes लाने की वजह से foreign investment India में ज़्यादा आ गया. And in this matter, skilled means for economic reforms, the skilled professionals, they help the government. And not only that, many employment opportunities came. Employment opportunities increased because of the information technology. The field of information technology opportunities came. So in Indian economy, we can say that because of the economic liberalization, foreign investment in India increased, and many job opportunities came. So this is all about the Indian economy. Then science and technology. Two major events must be mentioned while describing India's efforts towards self-reliance. Dr. M.S. Swaminathan is known as the father of Green Revolution in 1965. So while we are talking about India's effort towards the science and technology, we have to mention these two things, two revolutions, that is Green Revolution and White Revolution. So these are the two major events in the field of science and technology. One is that Green Revolution and second is White Revolution. Then what is Green Revolution? Green Revolution means the traditional agricultural practice being replaced by modern technology. Means we started to use modern technique in agriculture. Through this increased our agricultural production. So Dr. M.S. Swaminathan is known as the father of Green Revolution in 1965. He implemented new scientific agriculture technique and increased the production of food grain. Through this, he used a new scientific technique in agricultural production, agriculture. So because of this, increased the production of food grain. This is known as Green Revolution. And the experiment in cooperative dairy movement by Dr. Varghese Kurian led to increase the milk production in India. This is known as White Revolution. Dr. Varghese Kurian is known as the father of the White Revolution. The White Revolution, known as Operation Flood, it was launched in 1970. It transformed India from a milk deficient nation into the world's largest milk producer. So Dr. Varghese Kurian adopted new methods in animal husbandry and used modern technology in milk production. Through this, we increased the milk production in India. This is known as White Revolution. So now one paragraph is remaining and two more topics are remaining. So tomorrow we will see this. So children, please read page number 8, the changes in social field and globalization. Thank you.